Hello, it's Stephen, live from wonderful Wiltshire in England, and I just need to do a couple of things before we go live. And I'm going to try again. I'm going to go here. I'm going to copy, come back to my studio and paste. And connect. That's gone green, so that's good. We're going to go live on Amazon Live, going live on Amazon Live now. Okay, so we are live on Amazon Live and just waiting for the iPad to respond. This is a two-step process and I think I've got it off pat now. It keeps changing, but I think we're okay with this. And we've got 9 seconds left and I shall be with you when the countdown clock disappears. Right, and thank you so much from Chris. And I think that's left over from the last broadcast, actually. Okay, this view here is from the OBS Spot 4K camera. It's out into the garden, and you can see there's a gentle breeze. It's a nice warm day. Alexa, what is the temperature?
At the moment, it's 20 degrees Celsius. So tonight, you can expect a low of 12.
So it's a balmy 20 degrees Celsius, and we just need to have some light. So let's switch the lights on. So we've got light, we've got camera, and we've got action. In actual fact, welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England. This is lights, camera, action with Stephen. And in case you've not got it yet, okay, you're watching Stephen live from England. And beautiful county of Wiltshire, about 93 miles from London. And it is 20 degrees. We've just been informed by my Echo Dot, and I am broadcasting today using BeLive. And let's go over here and bring up the BeLive logo. I can take my logo off screen because I'm actually on screen now. Okay, so we're broadcasting from BeLive. BeLive is the best way, I feel, to broadcast live on Amazon Live. To everybody watching on Amazon Live, welcome. Today's broadcast, if we go over here, and here possibly is there. Okay, and I'm going to take the logo off now because you can't read the writing. Okay, my phone's going off. I hope you can't hear it. Your host is Stephen. We're talking about live broadcasting. We'll be talking about Logitech Brio in a moment and the Samsung S22 Ultra as well. Thank you for watching live. If you've got any questions, then please do ask. Okay, because this is, take that off. This is Amazon Live is a free resource for everybody who uses the Amazon.com site. There are over 2,000 live broadcasters, all of whom are experts in their field. And I'm glad that you joined me today. I follow about 250 different Amazon Live broadcasters because I enjoy watching it. I enjoy watching my peers present because there's lots to learn. There's many different ways of actually doing this. And it's just fascinating watching other people. And I just want to go to Amazon Live and make sure that we're actually live there. So I'm just going to refresh the page and then I'll be back here. I know people are watching on Facebook and YouTube. Hello and welcome. If you click the link up above, then that will bring you over to Amazon Live. So we're marketing already on Facebook, on Live Video Hub with Stephen, on my personal profile page, hello, and on YouTube. If you're watching live there and you want the Amazon Live experience, come over here to Amazon Live. Okay, so whilst waiting for the comments, I just want to test something, because if we get everything right at the beginning, then we're good. But at the moment, I can't test, or can I? No, strange. Okay. These things are centralized. The thing about live video is that every show you do is different and every show has different challenges. And we've got one today, but we don't need to worry about that. Welcome. Now, the first two cameras I'm going to show you if I go over here, I'm going to be talking about these cameras. If I get this right, if it works, it'll be good. Okay, we're going to be talking about the Samsung Galaxy 22 Ultra cell phone and some accessories that I feel are necessary. First of all, every camera should have a case. The case I found is built specifically for the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it's by Nilkin, and I'll be showing you that. Then the phone is 6.8 inches deep, and to put that into your pocket, especially your shorts pocket, you soon know that it's there. So you need a reliable way of carrying it. And I'm going to show you a genuine leather cell phone holster, which has a magnetic cover and a belt clip. Lamical phone stand. When you want to put the phones down, you can either put it on your desk, put it on a stand. Lamical stand is very stylish, and basically, I'll tell you why it's my favorite stand. And thank you to Lamical for supplying it. In terms of charging the phone, you need a wall charger. I found one that is reliable and fast. And then finally, if you have a microphone, which is a PEL microphone, you find that your phone doesn't have an audio connector. So I found a USB-C to 3.5mm female adapter. But we start with, hopefully, if I find the right page, webcams. We're going to be looking at the OBS Tiny PTZ 4K webcam, Logitech Brio 4K webcam, Logitech C920X, ideal for people starting out, and my first OBS Spot Tiny, which was the original one, and I'm going to be talking about that too. So all of that is in today's broadcast. You can pop in and out, and to everybody who's watching live on Amazon Live at the moment, thank you. Okay, you're actually watching the Logitech Brio camera now, and I can't ask fairer than that this is the camera that I am actually using. So let's learn a little bit more about it. It's Logitech Brio 4K webcam. I upgraded to the Logitech Brio about 2 years ago because I wanted to broadcast in 4K. I wanted to know what all the fuss was. Why is 4K so special? Well, now I can tell you. Basically, we can take our Logitech 4K camera out of the box and we can broadcast direct to YouTube using OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. And a broadcast in 4K on YouTube, for free, of course, is absolutely amazing. The difference between 720, which you're watching now, 1080, and 4K it's just got to be seen to be believed. The quality of the video in 4K is far in advance. Basically, there are more pixels traveling across the internet, and that gives us a clearer, crisper picture. And it is worth seeing. Now, I'll do another video this weekend to actually demonstrate it. And if you go to my channel, and to remind you, I am, just a moment, brings the logo back. Is it that one? Nope, that's the small one. Let's bring the big one back. Okay. If you go to my channel, Stephen Healey on YouTube, you can see the 4K video that I've actually done. Just to make the point, it is ultra 4K HD video, the best that we as consumers can have at the moment. And you just take it out of the box and it goes, well, I'll show you how it goes on a desktop on the monitor in a moment. It has 2 microphones, so it's not just a camera, it's got microphones too, and it's got a noise cancelling microphone, which means that if you're broadcasting on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Twitch and your dog barks, if you've got the noise cancelling mic on, then nobody else will hear the dog. And we say hello to my first friend to pop in today on Facebook, and we say hello to Chris. Chris, hello, thank you for joining me. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, now you can either join me on Facebook or you can join me on Amazon Live. If you join me on Amazon Live, you get the full experience. If you join me on Facebook, you just have to guess some of the types because we don't have the carousel. Okay, below me on Amazon Live is a carousel of 40 different items, which I can and will talk about. I own 75% of them. Okay, now in 2 or 3 minutes time, I'm going to show you the software that actually controls all Logitech cameras except the Mevo. I'm fascinated to learn more about the Mevo because my friend Nick Wood has just bought a Mevo and he's going to be showing it on Amazon Live next week. The other thing that he's going to be showing on Amazon Live next week is the light that Chris and I have, which is the Logitech Litra Glow Light. He is the latest of our community to actually buy one. So I'm looking forward to a well-lit broadcast from Nick's next week on Amazon Live. It's got high definition auto light correction. If I turn my light off, which of course is the Logitech Litra light, I'll go darker, but you can still see me, and you can still see me because the camera is compensating for the low lights. I have no lights on at the moment. It is nearly 4:15 in the UK, as opposed to 11:15 on the East Coast. So I'm 5 hours ahead of you. It's a dull sort of day, about 20 degrees outside. I'll show you the outside in a moment. But it does the auto correction. If I switch the light back on, then that will emphasize the difference between having a light. In terms of live broadcasting, you want to have good lighting. Okay, I can see some comments coming through on Amazon. I'll take those in a moment. You need to have good lighting, you need a good camera and a good microphone, and we're talking about having a good camera at the moment. It's got a wide field of view. Now, if I take as an example this, which is the Samsung Ultra phone, but I'm using it as a prop now, it's got a 90-degree field of view, which means it's got an arc which goes like that. Okay. That's how wide its vision is. It can view 90 degrees. Okay, let's put that back. Next feature, as I say, I'm going to show you the software in a moment. Just to emphasize though, is 4 times the typical resolution, 4 times the resolution of a typical webcam. It's got auto light adjustment, and in the case of the Brio, it's called right light, and it's got 3 fields of view, 65, 78, and 90. Now I'm going to demonstrate those to you so you get an idea. It can do, well, I'll do it now. Okay. Right. What I need to do this is I need to share some software. So I'm going to go to the Share tab here, and I'm going to pick the piece of software I want to show you. Okay. And I'm going to make that piece of software full screen. Okay. If you own any Logitech camera, then you should download a program called Logitech Capture. Go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, and you can download it. When you downloaded it, you have complete control of your camera. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate now, because it makes a world of difference. If you take the camera out of the box, plug it into your PC or Mac, switch it on, it will work. No problems about that. But you're only using a small percentage of the power of the camera if you don't download the software. This is what you're missing out on. Okay, so I'll come back to the carousel. I'll come back to that card, webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. We'll look at the Fitbit today. And now I don't need the outside camera, but I do need this camera. So I'm going to switch the outside camera off. That is a live feed from my neighbor's gardens out of the window, just to prove that if I go here and I go here, L spot tiny, and I've got 4 times zoom. I can zoom out, and eventually you will see the window frame, and then I can zoom out again, and there we are. Okay, but I'm going to switch that camera off for now. So all we're left with, thank you, Corinda. All we're left with is me on screen, and next to me, I'm just going to change. Thank you, Corinda. I'm just going to change the angle so that, just a minute. Let's go here, and Apply. So now side by side. Okay, and you've got a wide angle view of my camera. And say hello to Mr. John Upton from Solihull. Are you paying your neighbour royalties? My neighbour. You put a word in there that I don't understand, John. Perhaps you could expand on that. John's in Solihull. Corinda is just outside London. And Chris is in Belgium. So we have an international audience today. Right, so let's go side by side. And I just want to explain this. Okay, and I'll take my logo off so you can actually see the full screen. Okay, this is the Logitech Capture software. And what you've got, if I go home, is you can go up, you can go down, or perhaps the other way around. You can go to one side and then the other side. Okay, so you've got physical controls for actually moving the camera about. But I'm going to use the zoom control on the right hand side. I'm also going to set it from 78 degrees to 90 degrees. So I'm going to go check the zoom. I'm going to go to 90 degrees there. Let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, this software is free. You bought the camera, software is free to use. Right, I'm going to zoom out once and you can see more of my office. I'm going to zoom out twice and you can see even more of my office. Now if I go to 90 degrees, you can see what my office actually looks like. And these are the camera's default settings. And a lot of people actually broadcast like this. And this is what you get if you don't download the software and take control. You need the software to actually take control of your camera. And it's free. So there's no reason not to get it. You just go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture and download it. Okay, so you'll notice behind me, I mean, you can see my office. You can see how messy it is. Over there, you've got the bookcase with the German language books on. Over there, you've got the Samsung all-in-one PC. I wish they made them still, but they don't. Behind me, you can see I've not got a brick wall. And you can see, as Chris observed yesterday, that my photography backdrop is actually draped over a green screen. Yeah, so lots of elements. It's busy. It's very, very busy. And what I want to do is this. I want to zoom in once, zoom in twice, and go to 78 degrees. And this is how I like to broadcast. Now, if you'd not seen the bit I've just shown you, you wouldn't know that this is not a real brick wall. This is a photography backdrop, and it's a good representation of a brick wall. And it means I can sit against a brick wall. Over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, is Amazon working in studio? Not yet, Corinda, is the answer to that. I don't think it is. Let's go to Amazon and see what's missing. So Corinda's been busy saying, hey, Stephen, how was German? We didn't do German this afternoon. We're on holiday. Which item is featured? Oh, wait a minute. No, I haven't got anything through from Amazon yet. And Chris is on Amazon Live now, but I've not got the comment through yet. It will wake up. Sometimes it's a little lax and a little bit slow, but it will actually wake up in a minute. I'm pretty sure that all the comments will just come through in one big flood into my studio, and then I can display them on screen. I'm just grateful that I can do that. So if I go side by side again, okay, and I go like this, you can see I've still got the software on the right hand side, and the one I haven't shown you yet is I've shown you 90 degrees, I've shown you 78 degrees, and this is 65 degrees. So this is the field of view. And basically what you're doing is you're tightening the field of view up. Yeah, but you can switch between 65, 78, and 90, depending on what you want to show on screen. I prefer 78. Okay. In addition to that, I'm just going to press one button. We'll see what happens. That's okay. I've turned auto white balance off. All the settings for brightness, contrast, color intensity are 50% is the default setting, and you can change that whenever you wish. Okay, comment coming from Corinda, and Corinda is saying, just wait for it. My hands are here. I'm not talking, right? I'll take your question under advisement, Corinda. Thank you very much. You can either do 50 hertz or 60 hertz in terms of, just a minute, I'm trying to find the software again. Yeah. And where do you see that? Oh, anti-flicker. Basically, it's whether you're actually on NTSC or on PAL. And it's basically compensating for any flickering that might take place. Okay, and we're on PAL in the UK. Okay, so thank you for the question, Corinda. So if I click on, hopefully I'll get this going back in a minute, but I can go to the advanced tab and I can change the brightness. I can go increasingly bright. I can go dark so you can't actually see me, and I can come back to roughly 50%. I can change the color. I can go bright red, or I can go sepia, yeah, or I can go back to 50%. Okay, now all these are personal choices, and you're actually taking control of how you look on a Zoom call, how you look on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You're in control. This is all about you feeling comfortable on camera. That's basically what it's about. As general rules, though, general ideas, you must have headroom at the top. Okay, if you don't have headroom, then if you go like that and the top of your head is visible, that's not good. You must be roughly in the center of the screen to be effective. Okay, and if you want to be on screen and be like this, then there's nothing wrong with that. But it is all about personal choice. And I've just shown you, and I'm waiting for Corinda's next comment. Autofocus means that the camera will always focus on your face. So if you move about, then the camera will attempt to keep you in focus. It's not used these days much, and there's no need for it to be. Okay, now, just to go back a bit, we said the three fields of view. I've shown you the three fields of view, 90, 75, 68. 90, 78, and 65. Corinda's put me off again. Now, the camera is careful up to 90 frames per second. So if you use OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster as your studio, then you can broadcast in 90 frames per second. Most of us, though, on web-based software, broadcast on 30 frames per second. And basically, the higher the number, the better the quality of the video. And it's versatile mounting. Now, if I go over here, just give me a second. I'm going to go and I'm going to show you this. Okay, you can put, just a minute, let's take that off. Okay, you can mount a camera either on your monitor or on a tripod stand. Now, my favorite tripod stand is down in the carousel. My camera is on that tripod. This is the obvious what Tiny will be looking at in a moment. And basically, that gives you greater freedom. I'll explain why. But as far as mounting your camera is concerned, you can mount it on your monitor or on a tripod. There is a difference. Just to confirm that the Logitech Brio is 4K 1080p or 720, and the camera, the webcam, was released February 7th, 2017. The software I've just shown you is Logitech Capture, and it's available for any Logitech camera apart from the Mevo, and it will allow you to take control, and that's what it's all about. It's free. And we looked at the camera default settings if you do not download the software. And there's no reason not to. It's free. and easy to find. Just go to logitech.com and search for Logitech Capture, and that's it. Okay, now just to finish this section off, I'm broadcast. Oh, I missed something. Just a minute. Now I can't do. Just a minute. Hang on, I clicked the wrong button. I got so excited then. Okay, let me go here. I got excited then. I'd like to say thank you to Andrew Brown for starting following me. I do appreciate it. You've helped make my day. Following somebody is important. If you follow somebody, and the button is in the bottom left corner of the screen, then you get notified of their next broadcast, possibly. Okay. But it does mean that if you go to the following tab, if you're on Amazon.live and you go to the following tab, you will see everybody that you follow. And you can see whether they're live now, or you can watch and replay their latest broadcast. Amazon shows 3 months of our broadcasts at one time, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, you may have noticed, and thank you, Andrew, you may have noticed that I am not sat in front of a brick wall. Okay. I am actually sat in front of a photography backdrop. And I'll tell you why in a second, but I want to show you the photography backdrop because this is, if you let me find it, hang on, I'll put it somewhere. Okay. Down in the carousel now, featured item is the photography backdrop, similar to the one behind me. If you're on, let's go zoom back to me again. So it looks like I've got a brick wall behind me. If you're on Zoom and you want to change the mood and you want to look more professional, then quite simply, the best way to do is get a backdrop. Now, the backdrop that I have behind me, $14.99, and they've been in use for many years. There are so many choices. It's not true. You could have a different backdrop every day of the year. Let's just leave it at that. But it does mean that people do not see, if you put a photography backdrop up, it does mean that people will not see what you actually look like. They will see what you want them to see. And you can change the backdrop. I mean, I've got 3 more in mind. I've got another wall with paint on it. I've got an Hawaiian beach setting, which I'd love to broadcast from. I've got a Wild West town with tumbleweed blowing down the street. So that's my plans as far as backdrops are concerned, is to alternate the backdrops. Yeah. Now, I have to do this. As Chris observed yesterday, behind the backdrop is actually hung over. If I do this once more, the backdrop is actually suspended over my green screen, which is down the carousel, and it's the Logitech green screen. And I use a green screen with background removal software so that I can change how I look. But there is a problem. And the problem is a real physical one. If I am demonstrating to you and I use background removal with a green screen, even with a green screen, when I show you this beautiful pouch for your Samsung Galaxy S22, it will get lost in the background. There will be tearing all around and you won't be able to see it, especially if it has to be a Microsoft Art mouse, because that dark color just kills the background. So I have to have a physical background, which is why I've got the wall and why I got the one that's down the carousel at the moment. There are plenty to choose from, one for each day of the year, and you can have fun with it. But it does mean that you can be private, because you don't have to hang this over a green screen. What you can actually do is, for $45, is you can get a stand and drape it over the stand to the same effect. Okay. I just happen to have a spare green screen. So I'll put one of those stands in the carousel for next week. They're $60 to be able to change the way you look, and $15, get a new one each month. You can up your game and look magnificent on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, and I want to say thank you to Jake Healey. Thank you. Thank you very much for following me. I do appreciate the follow. Again, you helped make my day. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so just to finish off on the Logitech Brio that you're looking at now, I think I've gone through everything. I have. Well done. I think I've even gone through all Corinda's comments. So Corinda's gone to watch somebody else. So it means we've been looking at Logitech Brio webcam, which you're watching now, which is down in the carousel today. And this is why I'm bringing it to you. Logitech Brio is now the featured item again. It's $139.99. It's 30% off today. If you click the link in the carousel now, you'll get 30% off today. Okay, so I can't say further than that. There are still items which are on offer. I know Amazon Prime Day is long gone, but there are still discounts. As broadcasters, we, whilst we're live, get discounts which are just to us whilst we're live. And I will point out discounts as we actually go along and give you an idea of what savings are to be made. I know Prime Day is over and there's rumours of a Prime Day later this year, and yeah, but you can still get good prices by watching live broadcasters because we have discounts on some of the items that we're actually telling you about. Now, as regards the items in the carousel, I own over 75% of them, so I can actually show them to you physically whilst I'm broadcasting live. And if you've got any questions, just to remind you, if you've got any questions, we're talking about live broadcasting. We've looked at Logitech Brio. We are going to look at the Samsung S22 mobile. Thank you for watching me and spending part of your day with me, and ask me any questions about live broadcasting whilst I'm live. Only thing is, this is a free resource. Yeah, it's not costing you anything to watch me. Thank you for watching. And if you're clicking in the carousel, then I will smile, but you're not buying anything. You're just finding out more information. The buying process is exactly the same as when you go to an Amazon.com page and you decide to buy. It's the same process. Nothing changes as far as that's concerned. It's just that I'm helping to guide you and answer your questions and point out the major features of every item that's in the carousel. Now, as I'm an independent reviewer, I don't work for Amazon. I will tell you warts and all. I will tell you everything. If I come across anything that you need to be wary of, I will tell you. But you must know from the outset that I bought these items. I paid dollars for them. I bought them because I use them every day. But if there is a problem, then I will tell you. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me on Amazon Live today. Really do appreciate it. And I'm glad to see that Chris and Corinda are actually commenting. I'm hoping to be able to show your comments soon. Okay, now the Logitech Brio is my main camera. I use it in all my broadcasts, but I have this year started a new love affair with a different set of cameras, and they are OBS Spot cameras. And we're going to take a look at the OBS Spot Tiny right now. Okay, bear with me. This is the OBS Spot Tiny. This is my original OBS Spot. I've got two of them now. I'm so impressed. Basically, you take it out of the box, you plug it in USB-C, USB-A, and I've got mine on a tripod. Okay, but equally well, you do have, I'll come back to me for a second, with the OBS Spot. Let's go here. You can either put it on a tripod like I did there, or you can mount it on your monitor. If you want to mount it on your monitor, you have a magnetic magnet there. There's a magnet on the bottom of the OBS Spot. There's a little lip that goes over your monitor or your PC or Mac, and to keep it stable, there's an adhesive strip which is there. So that's the traditional way of actually putting a camera or webcam on your monitor, something like that. But this is magnetic, which means it is stronger than most. Okay, back to looking at the OBS Spot. Okay, now the OBS Spot is special. I'm going to switch over to, I write everything down so I don't forget anything. So we're going to talk about the OBS Spot Tiny PTZ cam. And today the OBS Spot Tiny is 60, hang on, just let me get this right. Okay, is 15% off. It's $169 as opposed to $199. So today on the OBS Spot, you can save yourself $30. Okay, so let's talk about the OBS Spot Tiny. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch my second camera back to the Tiny. Just a second. Okay, so I'm switching cameras. I should be back. 3, 2. Yep, I'm back. Okay, so let's go over to the OBS Spot Tiny. This is going to be fun. Okay, now that's not quite what I wanted to show you. That's not what I had in mind. Oh dear. Shall we try again? I'm going to go here. No, just a minute. I'm going to go here. All right. Okay, I'm now showing you, if I go over here, I'm showing you the view from my window. And if I turn it around, just a minute, I need to make a change. That is the view from my window. The OBS Spot Tiny has 3 preset views, and this is what marks it out. If we look at, if I go here, and I can't. I'll go back later. It's got outside, preset view. It's got the monitor. Now I want to go to the monitor to actually point out something. Okay. Right, so this is my BenQ monitor, which is down in the carousel. Okay, this is it. This is my broadcasting studio, broadcasting live to you right now. But on top, you can see the OBS Spot 4K, which we will talk about. You can see the Logitech Brio and the Logitech Large. Now, what I can do, because I'm using a wonderful OBS Spot camera, is that whilst I'm live, I can actually zoom in and take you ever closer. If I do this the right way, it'll work. If I don't, it won't. And I'm going to go this way, which is probably the right way to go. Just a minute. No, it's not. Let's go this way. I'm doing this securing the knowledge. If I mess up, I can just press one button. It'll be okay. So the OBS Spot is there, and it's mounted on a desktop. It's using, it's using the magnetic mount I attempted to show you earlier. That's how it's fixed. Brio has got a standard mount, and then the Logitech Large, which I'll talk about, has also got a similar mechanism. But, and this is the difference, the third preset is to the camera which you've just seen, and it's mounted on a tripod. And the benefits of mounting on a tripod are simple and straightforward. The camera lens is at eye level, so all I have to do is to look straight into the camera. I don't need to do anything else. If I look straight into the camera, I'm looking directly at you. And that's what we're told. We're told if you're on a Zoom call or Facebook or YouTube, Twitter and Twitch, and you're on your own, look at the camera, because if you do that, it looks as though you're looking directly at the person watching you. And you are, because the lens is seeing you, sending out your feed. So if you're on a Zoom call and you want to make eye-to-eye contact, then do consider putting your camera, your webcam, onto a tripod, because that way you can get genuine eye-to-eye contact without any work. Because if we go over here, if I go here, there's the monitor. The camera is on top of the monitor. My eye level is there. So I've got to look up towards the camera. And that's a learned skill. That's a practice skill. And we don't always do it, even though we try to. We don't always do it. Whereas if you mount the camera on a tripod, and there's a tripod down the carousel, then on every call that you do, Zoom call, and every broadcast that you do, you'll be looking straight at the screen and the camera without thinking. You can make your live broadcast more professional. Simple as that. Mount your camera on a tripod, set it at eye level, and all you have to do is look at the camera. The other thing is that as I'm looking at a camera now, I can actually just glance down at my iPad. So you're actually watching the OBS Spot Tiny camera at this very moment, and you're watching me looking directly into the camera. This is a more relaxing way of broadcasting because I'm not trying to remember to look at the camera. I am looking at the camera. Okay, let's have a look at some of the features of the OBS Spot Tiny. Just a reminder that it has 3 presets. So I can go to the monitor, I can go to outside. There's my walking medals, by the way. And I can come back to me. Okay, so it's traveling around and it's coming back to me. But the thing that puts the OBS Spot above everybody else, it's on a twin axis gimbal, so it can look up, it can look down, it can move left and move right. It's not restricted to the 90 degrees. If we looked at the Logitech Brio, it's on top of the monitor and it can't look anywhere else. But hopefully this will work. Okay, this should work. If I press the button here, okay, and I stand up, is this a good idea? I ask myself. If I stand up, the camera is following me. The camera is on a gimbal, allows it to go up and down, which actually means that as I move around, just a minute, let me move the chair a bit further backwards, and you'll see the camera is following me. The camera will follow everything that you do, okay? And it will always try to frame you so that you've got headroom, and it can go through, hopefully I'm still in vision, it can go through 180 degrees in actually following you, and you can go closer to the camera, you can look into the camera, and it makes for a more interesting situation. It means that you can actually use this camera stood up. Now, when you're stood up, you have more energy than when you're sat down. This is a fact, okay? This is why speakers stand on stage, so that they can project. You can project a lot more. So it's on a dual axis gimbal, which allows it with the AI tracking software to actually follow you as you move around. And I'm going to move over here. Yeah. Now, the camera is following me, it's framing me, and it's doing everything that you would expect. And this is a PTZ camera with AI tracking. And for the price it is, well, it's 15% off today. So $169 since, as opposed to $199. I've now got 2 OBS Spot cameras because I was so impressed by the particular camera that's down in the carousel at the moment. So what I'm going to do is press a button, and I'm going to take you outside. Okay, and I'm taking you outside whilst I sit down. Okay, so there's the outside view, and I can actually zoom in a bit more like that. That's not quite as interesting. What I need to do, just whilst I'm stood up, is I just need to move the curtain out of the way, and then you can actually see more of the garden. Okay, let's come back to me. What I'm going to do is come back to me. Yep, so this is me not on the Brio, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a change and go to the OBS Spot Tiny. I'm going to make a second change. I'm going to change cameras, just a minute, to my other OBS Spot. Okay, so we can talk about OBS Spots in general. The other thing I need to do, because it is a dark day today, is I need to switch the lights on. Now you can see me. Okay, so now I've got the room lights on, which you can see me. Right, okay, fine. So the camera we're looking at, and I'm going to go here. Okay, and I'm going to go here. Okay. We're looking at the OBS Spot series of cameras, and the OBS Spot 4K I'm going to look at in a moment. Actually, we're looking now at the original OBS Spot, which is on 15% discount today. So it's the OBS Spot Tiny PTZ. As we've seen, it is AI-powered framing and gesture control. Gesture control, if you go like that, the camera will track you. If you go like that, the camera will stop tracking you. If you go like that, the camera will zoom in, and this camera has a 2x zoom. If you go like that, it will zoom out. So you can control with your hands. It is a full 1080p webcam. So we've got 720, 1080 and 4K. This does 720 and 1080. It has dual omnidirectional microphones. Omnidirectional, they hear everything that's going on around you. And it's got a 90-degree wide angle, but that is not totally accurate because it's actually on the 2-axis gimbal. It's got low light auto correction. If I turn my light off, okay, I've gone darker, okay, and the camera is compensating. If I turn the light back on again, you can see me more clearly now. It is an AI-powered PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, privacy. If I go, wait a minute, I can do it now. Just wait. I'm going to go here. This is the desktop, which is live, and that's my hand. What I'm going to show you is the privacy setting on all OBS Spot cameras. Keep your eyes on the lens there. That's the body, that's the lens. I'm going to ask that camera to sleep. That's it. Should I do that again? That's just amazing. If I tell it to resume, then it comes back on. If I tell it to sleep, it will sleep. Okay, I'm getting carried away. Let's come back to me and come back to here. Just a minute. We're now back to me. Okay, so it does have privacy controls, and you can just get the camera to go to sleep because it's got a sleep mode. You can set it for 5 or 10 minutes. If it's not used in that time, then all is good. 3 preset positions, we've seen that. It's got headroom mode, so automatically, as it's doing now. Yes, this I did move. It's got headroom mode, so it makes sure you've got space above your head, which is the way we should all be broadcasting. A recent addition to what this camera can do is face auto exposure. So the coloring of my face has been enhanced, yeah, and it does work. The microphones have got noise reduction. Now, not noise cancellation, noise reduction, because you can have omnidirectional microphones, which these are, and you can just reduce the noise rather than, yeah. Motion mode, auto sleep mode we've looked at. It's got a 2-axis gimbal. We've seen that move up and down. Magnetic mount. Okay, I've talked about that. And that's about it. And I'm just going to go over here. And the camera we're looking at now, and thank you for watching live on Amazon Live. The camera we're looking at now. So that basically is the 720 1080p version of OBS Spot, and it's down in the carousel at $169. 100, yeah, 100. Misspoke then. Careful. I'm sorry, the stage is moving. Let me do that. Okay, the stage is now locked. Okay, sorry about that. It's just that it follows you everywhere, and sometimes you forget to switch it off. So that's the magnetic mount. Now, the next camera we're going to look at is, I was so impressed by the camera that's down in the carousel now, that when OBS Spot announced that they were going to do a 4K camera, just a minute. Okay, that's it. It's now featured item in the carousel. And you're actually looking at the 4K camera now. I'm going to hide all that. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to there. Just a second. Okay. So we've talked about the original OBS Spot. This that you're looking at now is the OBS Spot Tiny PTZ 4K camera. Okay, this is the next step up in the OBS Spot family. As we've seen, just as the other OBS Spot camera, it's got air-powered framing and autofocus. The difference about 4K camera, though, is it's 4K. and it can be used as a 4K conference camera. You can put the camera that's in the carousel in the center of a conference table, have somebody control it, and you can go from speaker to speaker around the table. The microphone's in the center, so it is a good conference camera. It's got dual or two omnidirectional microphones, and it is, I think it also has, my phone's going now. Oh, good. Okay, we've seen it's got the same auto tracking as the original 2-axis gimbal. It's got low light correction. If I turn the lights off, you'll still see me. It's got the magical gesture control, which I've just talked about. And okay, it's got 3 preset positions. Let's just remind ourselves that you can set up 3 presets. And let's go. Preset 1 is me. Preset 2 is the desktop. So whilst we're here, I might as well. Down in the carousel, you'll find the Logitech C920X camera. You'll find the Anchor 4-way USB. You'll find an Echo Dot. You'll find the TP-Link, probably the best networking Wi-Fi system. Aftershocks earbuds. We're going to be looking shortly at this, which is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and the stand it's on, the Lamicall stand. We've got the earbuds from TrebLab. Okay, we'll be looking at those. We've obviously got, you're listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. That's it. I'm going to put it down carefully without switching it off. And then you've got the tripod that's down in the carousel. You've got the OBS Spot camera. And if I look here, I'm looking at my iPad. So the third place that the camera can look is out into the garden. And this is a live shot of the garden. You can see a sort of breeze. It's a very gentle breeze today, for which we're grateful. We have had winds in recent days. And I can zoom out to show this is through the window. And I've got a 4x zoom on this camera. So I can just zoom back in. Okay. Let's come back to me. And come back here. Okay. We talked about gesture control, 3 preset positions. It's definitely got AI tracking, so we've got to switch it off. Versatile mounting, it can go on your monitor, it can go on a tripod. And because I've got 2, just a minute, because I've got, oh, that writing's too big, just give me a second. I want to change theme. Because I've got 2 OBS spots, it shrunk, that's better. I've got 6 views, which I can use in Amazon Live to tell my stories. Right, the next story we're going to look at is my latest acquisition. Okay. And down in the carousel, you will see this. Just let me take that off now, because that's not relevant. And what we're going to do is we're going to go here and click that button and click that button. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about a Samsung S22 Ultra smartphone. Ta-da! And this is it. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. I'm just going to switch it on. Okay, and it's on. And I'm going to go there and there. I just want to go, just give me a second. I just need to get where I'm going. Okay, get this set up. Okay, there's the screen. And as you can see, I'm currently live. Yeah, I'm live. This is me live on Facebook. You're watching this. Yeah, you see the phone move in a minute. This is the quality of the display. Yeah, I'm just going to turn the sound down. I'll need that in a moment. So I've turned the sound off, and that's this show actually live on Facebook at the moment. And that's the quality of the display, which I think is rather good. Okay, I'm trying to find a place to put it. I suppose I should get a stand. I'll talk about stands in a minute. The phone is, I'll just take myself off the screen for a moment. The phone is 256 gigabytes. You can get up to 512. It's got an 8K camera and it shoots 8K video. And I'm going to show you a video in a moment. It's got the brightest display that Samsung have ever had. I've been using this sat outside. Yeah, and it is. I've gone too red. Just a minute. That wasn't intentional. Just a minute. I'm still red. What's going on? Just a second. I've gone bright red. Why have I gone bright red? Color intensity, brightness. I'm bright red. Just a minute. Okay. I'll live with being bright red for now. We'll come back to that in a moment. It's probably what I look like anyway. It's got the brightest display. And basically, I just love the fact that I can actually, it's got the fastest scroll as well I've seen anywhere. Okay. Now, do you remember the Samsung Galaxy Note that used to have an S Pen? Well, the S Pen is back. And if I go here, it's here. This is the S Pen. Okay. And if I go here, just give me a second. It'll be worth it. Just a sec. I'm getting quite good at this. Hello, Amazon. So you can write with it. Okay. There are about 7 or 8 different apps you can actually use to write. You can even write notes when the phone is switched off. Yeah. If the phone is off, you can take the pen out, write a note and save it. And it'll be there when you actually switch the phone on. So that's a good feature. If your phone's switched off in a meeting and you want to make a note, then you can do so. Yeah, because sometimes we turn our phones off so they don't interrupt the meeting. The other thing about the S Pen is if you set this up to actually take a photograph, then you can use air gestures from the S Pen. You don't have to press the shutter on here. You can just use the S Pen to take the photographs. Now, it's got a long battery life, which I'm going to emphasize. You charge it overnight and it's good for 24 hours plus. And I can guarantee you get a plus. Now, it's actually got 8K super steady video. Okay, it's got a stabilizer. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, Amazon. Okay, oh, like that, you think? Or do I need to zoom in? That's better. 8K super steady video because the phone has a built-in stabilizer, so there is no need for a gimbal. In actual fact, if I put the phone down for a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a short video. Now, in my videos, this video, by the way, just a minute, it'll be worth it. Just hang on. I'm just making sure this is set up properly. I just want to remove that. Okay, so this is my garden, mine and Angelica's garden, and I'm well known for actually having, I need to hide that. Okay, stop sharing. Just give me a second. I'm well known for having chickens on my show. So you're about to meet our 4 chickens who live in the garden, a life of luxury. I'm going to switch my microphone off and I'm going to play 2 minutes of this and then I'll be back. So this video was shot using the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Is my first video with the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round. Okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in. And I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. Chairs are covered up to protect them because as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello chickens, hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy, yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on, they know they're being filmed, apart from the one who's going to be a star someday. Okay, and this is an igloo, which is where they live, and it's very easy to maintain. Chickens are easy to maintain, and we're actually currently getting 4 eggs a day, and the chickens were rescue chickens. In other words, they had been kept for their egg laying. After 2 years they let the chickens go, and then the chickens have got to be rehoused, and we actually managed to get hold of 4. So these are all about the same age and will go on for 2 or 3 years laying eggs for us, and we're currently getting 25 eggs a week, which is absolutely brilliant. So we're actually getting 25 eggs a week, which is absolutely brilliant. And I'm just going over here, and shortly this should catch up. I'm just going to turn the volume up. Okay. I'm just waiting for something. I'll be back in a second. I will be back. I'm just waiting. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so that video was shot. I was really just making sure I had audio then. I was using, yeah, I was watching myself on camera, and that's how bright I look. Let's change cameras, shall we? Okay, that's a bit bright. That is definitely bright. I don't know what's gone on. This is the problem when you actually alter things, and I'm going to try that. Let's just give this a second. That's better. Okay, now a little hint there. What happened was this. When I was doing the software, remember the software, I put the auto white balance on, and that's meant we're back to normal now. That looks a lot better. So always check your camera settings before you go live, otherwise you can turn bright red. So we're back to normal now. Okay, so that's the video. I'm just going to go through the major points, and then I'm going to show you some photographs. First photograph, one of the photographs I'll tell you, shows you a nightography photograph. This is the best I've seen of taking photographs at night. The camera itself, if I just go here to take that off the screen and say hello again Amazon, if I open the case, I'm going to talk about the case in a minute. 108 megapixel camera. It's got adaptive color contrast, so even in the brightest sunlight you can still see the phone. As we mentioned earlier, it's got the longest battery life, long-lasting battery life, and it's fast charging if you get a brick. I've got a brick down in the carousel. It's got the embedded S Pen. Okay, and the thing I love about this is if I went out the room now with the phone and left this behind, the phone will tell me, get a message on screen, have you forgotten your S Pen? And that's handy to me anyway. All good. Now the phone is unlocked by Samsung, so you can go to your favorite carrier. You can get basically anything you want. It's dual SIM. You just get 2 SIM cards, and you can have 2 phone numbers on the same phone. Now the size of it is 6.8 inches deep. It's got a WQHD edge screen, so it goes around the edge. It's 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate. Okay, as far as charging is concerned, it's a 5,000 milliamp charge, 45 watts. It's very fast. Or wireless charging is 15 watts. And obviously that is not as fast as the 45 watt. As we just mentioned, the rear camera is 108 megapixels. Front camera is 40. Okay. Of the lenses on the back, you've got 108 megapixels, you've got 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and the nightography lens as well. Okay, just finishing up before I show you some photographs. The phone was released February 9th this year. So this is the flagship phone, best phone you can get from Samsung at the moment, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And the video that I showed you was created using this phone. Now, if I go here, okay, I'll put the phone down. I'm going to show you some photographs taken with the camera, because this is what impresses me. I mean, I can talk about how wonderful this is. Obviously I can, okay, but it's far better if I can actually show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch, say goodbye to the chickens, okay, and we're going to go picture in picture like so, and I'm going to wind back to the beginning. Just give me a second. Hopefully this will work. Okay, now this is the first photograph I actually took. One of the first photographs I took with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, July 2022. This is our new wild garden, and it used to be a 20-year-old tree in there. Now it's a wild garden, and it's just full of color. And that was 2 weeks ago. And this photograph is this week. You can see how much the garden has grown. And what I did on this second photograph, using the camera, I just zoomed in, and it tells you what your best shot is, and I listen, and this is the best shot of that area of the garden. It's a beautiful picture, and if you've got the 8K version, you can actually zoom in, which is brilliant. This is local to us. This is 5 minutes around the corner. This is the Crammer in Devizes, which is a man-made pond. It attracts Canadian geese, mallard ducks, pigeons, and wildfowl from all around, and it's a brilliant place to sit out on a sunny day. As you can see, it's beautiful and sunny there. And behind the tree on the left-hand side is St. James's Church, which is our church, and then you can see the row of workers' cottages. Okay, so these are all taken. I like this photo because of the composition of it. This is Devizes High Street, which is where I live. We don't get a cab. On the left-hand side, you've got the cars parked, and then you've got the double yellow line saying you can't park here. And then it's actually complemented by the shop being open and displaying the wares outside. Now, we talked about nightography a little while ago. This is a photograph taken at night. Now, this was taken at 11 o'clock at night. It's absolutely pitch black everywhere. But because of the 4 small lights, which were bought from Amazon, of course, I couldn't see a thing, but the camera saw this. So that's an example of nightography. And then because I've shown you chickens, I've got to show you a horse. This is a Shire horse. It's one of 4 that works for our local brewery, Wadworth Brewery, in Devizes. Its normal job, Monday through Friday, is to deliver cask ale to Devizes. And so Shire horse was brought out with a coachman, and they carried the relay runner through Devizes. About 500 people gathered, including myself and Angelica, to see them off. And the baton was carried by our wonderful Shire horse. Just to note, the Shire horses actually get a holiday in August. They get sent out, and they're allowed to go on holiday. Okay, so those are photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is quite simply the best phone that I ever had, literally. Okay, it is literally the best phone I've ever had. I'm just going to switch the lights on. Hopefully I won't go orange, but hopefully I've gone orange. So the lights, just a minute, the light is turning me orange. Let's just go with this for a moment. Weird. I'm going to have to find out why I went orange all of a sudden. Right, anyway, you can see me. That's the main thing. Okay, and I've missed somebody out. And I do hope you're still watching. I want to say a big thank you to Amazon customer for starting to follow me. Thank you. And I missed out Alyssa earlier. Alyssa, if you're still watching, big thank you. I do appreciate the follow, and I hope to see you in future broadcasts. And thank you so much for following. Brilliant. You've helped make my day, along with Andrew and Jay Keeley. Okay, so all good. Right, and I think I can now say, at long last, if I take that off screen, yeah, I can now say that if you make a comment on Amazon, I can see your comments in my studio. It's taken a while, so Corinda and Chris have said hello to each other, but no comments are actually working on Amazon. So if you type a comment on Amazon, I will see it. Just a reminder, if I go here in my studio, just a second. Let's go here and go here. Your host today is me, Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've looked at Logitech Brio. We've looked at the Samsung S22 mobile. Big thank you for spending part of your day with me and for watching me. And if you've got any questions, please do ask. And if you ask me on Amazon, I can show it on my screen. Now, the other thing I want to do, I created this the other day, which is this. Just a minute, I've got a comment coming in. Chris is still here. And Chris on Amazon is saying, it's a great show. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Chris is a good friend and makes wonderful comments. Thank you. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my logo in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Hopefully this one. Okay. So I'm Stephen Healey, and it does say live video underneath that. And I just want to show you something on Amazon, but I'm going to take the quick route. I'm going to go over here because I'm not showing any more videos from yesterday's show. I hope you can see this. Let me put this so you can actually see it. Okay, I can see clearly now. And it mentions Chris. This was taken from yesterday's broadcast. And this talks about why I can see clearly. It's over on Facebook. It's on my profile. If we go down, there's my profile with, you can tell it's me because you've got the logo. But if you go down there, you'll see this live show now. And under that, you'll see an outtake from yesterday's show because I can see clearly now. And my thank you to New Medica in Swindon and Gloucester for giving me back 20/20 vision, which means I can see what I'm doing, which is perhaps a good idea. So, and Chris, thank you. So there we are. I'm just going to go here again and go there. Okay, so we're down in the carousel now, and we've just done the Samsung Galaxy S22. Now, today it is on discount in the carousel. $1129.50 is the price you'd pay, which is a discount of 12%, I think, but $1129.50 for the phone. So you can get a good price on it if you click the link in the carousel. Now, when you get a mobile phone, one of the first things you do is to actually buy a case for it. And the case that I bought for my mobile phone is down in the carousel now. It's a Nilikin cam shield. And this has been precision engineered. On the top, you've got the slot for the speaker. On the bottom, you've got precision cuts for the S Pen, which you can take out through the case. It's got the power socket cut. It's basically got everything you need accessible, still accessible. The phone, though, is now protected. And were I to accidentally drop this on the floor, then in all probability it would survive because it's held in this rugged case. It's actually got reinforced, I'm doing it this way around, it's got reinforced corners. The four corners have been reinforced. This case is made specifically for the S22, only fits the S22. But it is a quality case. It's down in the carousel and it's $15.99. And if you click the link, you'll probably see more cases by Nilkin for your phone if it's not a Galaxy S22. So that's what you want to get if you've got an S22, is a case like this. Put it in the case and then you don't have to be as protective of it. Now, this phone is 6.8 inches deep. Okay. And the problem with that is if you put the phone in your pocket, then okay, it will sit there. But when you sit down, it might, well, it doesn't work well. Yeah, I'm going to say this. Having the phone in your pocket works, but not well. So my solution is simple and straightforward. And it's down in the carousel now. And it is this. This is a fashion accessory. Okay, it's not a man bag, it's a phone bag. Okay, and its official title is down in the carousel. In fact, if I go here, just give me a second. This is, I'm going through my accessories. Just let me put this on screen for a moment. It's one of the accessories that I talk about. Okay, so we've talked about the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Yeah, and I'm going to come, always say goodbye to the horses. Okay, we've talked about the specially made Nilkin cam shield armor for the, but this is the genuine leather cell phone holster, magnetic cover, belt, clip pouch that I have in my hand. That I brought that up on screen, yeah, because that's I couldn't remember that. No way could I remember that. So I've actually read it out to you. So that's what this is. Basically, it has a magnetic close, which you won't be able to hear, but it is magnetic. It's one piece of leather. Okay, it's made out of one piece of leather. It's got machine stitching, which is quality. This is a quality product. Okay, it is a fashion accessory, but its purpose is to carry your phone. Now, I got this for the S22. It works equally well with the iPhone 12 and 13. Yeah. It smells of leather. I'm not going to do the smell leather trick. Angelica would be most annoyed if I did. So, but I'll just take my word, this really smells of leather. You can open it. You can take your smartphone and you can put your smartphone in the case in seconds. Just prove that now. And basically, then what you do is your belt on your jeans threads through there, and this sits hung on your belt and you can walk around with it. Now, I've been using this, I only got it 4 days ago. I've been using this every day. This is very comfortable. It is secure. Okay, this is secure. There is no way anybody could just rip it off your belt. Yeah, they take you rather than the phone. The other thing is it's extra protection because the cover goes over the top of the phone. Yeah, so you've got extra protection for your phone. Again, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, Galaxy S22. So it is quality and you can recharge with the case on. Yeah, simple and straightforward to do. So I do recommend that if you've got a larger phone, 6.8 inches, rather than trying to carry it in your pocket, which can get uncomfortable at times, do consider getting a case like this one, which is down the carousel at $26.99. And it's the simplest way to carry your phone securely, protecting it, definitely protecting it from British weather. So that's it, down in the carousel. Now, if I go and I take the phone out of that beautiful case, because it is this fashion accessory, and I go to the second camera, just give me a second. And I want to go here. And I want to go to the desktop and I want to go switch that camera on and go full screen off. We've talked about what's in the carousel. Okay, here we are. Now, when you've got your beautiful phone, you can either put it down on the desktop or down on the coffee table or down somewhere, or Just let me move my iPad. You can put it onto a stand. Now, this stand is down in the carousel now. It's a Logitech stand. I'm a big Logitech fan, and I want to say thank you to Logitech for actually sending me the stand. Now, if I come back to me for a second, just for a quick demonstration, I'll show you in situ in a minute. You can go like that, okay? The rake you can change, the angle you can change, okay? The next thing is you can change the height. You can take it down, you can take it back up again. It's got a solid base. It's a very, I think this is a brilliant design. So simple, so effective. And if I go to the second camera again, you put it down, then just give me a second, I need to prepare for this. You put it down and you put it on the stand like so. Okay, and let's turn it towards the camera and then rake it backwards so it looks better. So it's seated there. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to go, just a minute, I'm trying to go here. Thank you. You go here and you can then use your pen for scrolling and you can read things quickly. I just love how fast this Galaxy is because it's actually working. I say it's working on Wi-Fi at the moment, but it's scrolling all the way through. And it's a pleasure to actually use this phone, especially on the Logitech stand, which is down in the carousel now. Okay, so that's the Logitech stand with the phone on it. And it is a good combination. Okay, now let's come back to me. Okay, and I'm going to come over here and back to me. Now, we all have to start somewhere. We all need a first camera. And if I go back 7 years to the start of Facebook Live, incredible, isn't it? Time flies. There were a group of 400 or 500 of us who got together and we decided we need to up our game. We need to improve our game. We need an external camera and microphone. And as luck would have it, we could get, just a minute, I'm trying to do this and talk at the same time. Not good. We could get this camera, Logitech C920X. Now it's actually, I'll show you, it's here. This is the Logitech C920X. And when I bought this 7 years ago, it came with an amazingly long cable. Okay, back to me. So I've now captured it and I'm going to show it on the screen. This is the ideal first camera. Yeah. It's better than the internal camera. It's better. It's just better. Okay. It's the ideal camera if you're broadcasting on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube, Twitch and Twitch. The ideal first camera. It's an ideal gift for somebody. It's an ideal gift for yourself, for family, or for friends. Okay, because this sets you apart. This is the part of your live video journey, and we're all on. Every live broadcaster is on a continual and never-ending journey of improvement. Can I? And we all want to improve. And everybody who was on before Facebook Live began got this camera. Most people are still using it. When you get the camera, it's got twin microphones, which I'll talk about, and it's got the lens in the center, which has got a 78-degree field of view. To attach it to your computer, you can either put it on your monitor like that, okay, and it just goes like that, or, as we've seen earlier, you can actually mount it on a tripod. And we went through the reasons of putting it on a tripod because you can have the camera at eye level and you don't need to keep looking at the camera, okay, which is a learned skill, which I forget sometimes. So the X stands for extra, and I'm going to show you the extra in a moment because you don't just get the camera, you get extra. Okay, the camera itself is full 1080p 720p at 30 frames per second. So this is high standard. It's HD and it's got twin stereo microphones, omnidirectional, pick up the sounds all around you. It's got HD light correction. I can't show you that. Basically, well, it probably worked out why. I can't show you that because it's not plugged in. As far as plugging in is concerned, you can plug it straight into your Mac or to your PC. This camera has sold in its millions and will be recognized straight away. It's got advanced software. Now, when I showed you the Logitech Brio earlier, I showed you the software. Yeah, it has advanced capture software. Logitech Capture. It has low light settings, as we saw a moment ago. It's got a 78-degree field of view, as opposed to the 90 on the Brio. And this camera, okay, the camera I'm showing you, this very camera is 7 years old. Yeah, I've had it for 7 years. It's as new. It's still working, which says a lot about the quality of the Logitech build. Yeah, the camera in the carousel that you're looking at now was released on March 31st, 2020. So it's a total rework, and it's probably been re-engineered since then. But this is a genuine. Okay, and now this is where we come to the extra. Okay. As we talked about earlier, on this broadcast, I can't use a green screen because I want to show you objects. You can't do that properly with background removal software. That's why I've got the brick wall that's down in the carousel. But with this camera, this webcam, you can get 3 months license of XSplit VCam background removal software. Now, I'm going to show you a video, which I'm going to remake this weekend because XSplit VCam have actually updated. So I need to do a new video. So that's one of my things to do this weekend. So I'm going to take the logo off so we can go full screen. And I'm going to go there and apply. And I'm going to play you 2 minutes of a video which will explain to you how background removal works. And this is, well, this is irrespective of the software itself, who's made it. This is how background removal works, and this is what you get. You get a 3-month license included with the camera that's in the carousel at the moment. I'm going to stop rabbiting and play the video. Is wonderful Butcher in England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Same Right, just I need to check something again. Okay, because we played the video, and I just want to check that if I go here and go here and go here, just a second, bear with me, that I can still hear myself. And go here. I can. Go here. Right, okay. Cause for celebration. The thing is, it's just a little bit of quality control. Okay, and what I was doing, in case you're wondering what I was doing and why I went yay then, is I was actually watching myself on the mobile phone, because this broadcast is going to Amazon Live. It's also going to Facebook and YouTube, and you can hear my voice in the background there. I'm going to turn the sound off. I was just making sure that my microphone was still working, because it's pretty silly for me to be broadcasting to you now and you not be able to hear me. Now that has happened. So I always take precautions now. If you're watching me live on Amazon Live, I want to say thank you, and go over here, and just as a reminder, I'm Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting, everything to do with it. We've looked at the Logitech Brio, we looked at Samsung Mobile. Honestly, a big thank you for watching. It means a lot that you spend part of your day with me, and hopefully I can help you. If you have got any questions at all about live broadcasting, then please do ask. This live video, Amazon Live Video, is a free resource designed to help you. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything to watch these videos, and there are over 2,000 different broadcasters in Amazon Live, all with different expertise, and you can drop in on them and you can talk to them and they will listen. And Chris is saying, I have Logitech C920 HDX Pro. It's excellent for teaching online. Thank you, Chris. So that's the final word on the Logitech C920X, which we're looking at a moment ago. Thank you. And that comment, as you can see, I can tell in my studio that Chris's comment, and Chris is in Belgium, Chris's comment was made on Amazon Live. And you can see it if you look at the comments in Amazon Live on the right-hand side. You can see Chris's comment. If you make a comment, then I can show your comment on screen, although it won't show, as you can see, it will show your name, it will show what you said, but it won't show your picture. And after the whole broadcast is over, everything disappears. So your comment will only be seen whilst I'm live. Okay. Now I do want to go to two extra things. One I can't show you. Down in the carousel at the moment is the U-Green plug, which is a fast way of charging your mobile phone. It works for most mobile phones. Do click the link and check it. But if you want to charge your phone, get something like this, and it will decrease the charging time. Okay. And U-Green is a brilliant brand. Just whilst we're on U-Green, just because I can, I'm not going to put this in the carousel. Oh, I can. Just a minute. Just a minute. This is just a by the by. This is an added extra because you've been good enough to actually watch me live. If I can find it, I will show it to you, and it will appear. Okay. Yeah, it's there. Down in the carousel now. Something else from U-Green is this. And this is a smart, well, it's basically a USB-A to USB-A cable, both female. And it means that if you get a camera or a microphone or a light that doesn't have enough cable, you can get yourself 6-foot extension to that cable for any of the devices that you're attaching. And it's a pass-through. So in other words, your device will work as normal. Okay, there's no degradation in the level of operation of your device. So this is a quick way of actually extending the cable. Because sometimes we design our office and then we find we put the camera over there, and yeah, when you put things and they're too far away from your PC or Mac, you can use the U-Green extension cable. So good. I bought 2 of these. One of them is attached to one of my cameras at the moment, and this is a spare in case when I buy my next item, I actually need it. Okay, now I have decided, though it's not in the carousel at the moment, I'm going to get myself a new gimbal, and I'm going to go with, I'll leave you in suspense. Okay, I'm getting a new gimbal to go with my phone. Right, because there's one down in the carousel, but I'm getting a new one, which has got a magnetic holder. Give you that as a clue. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go over here, and I'm going to go to here. And what we're going to do quickly, because it's Friday, okay, and I do appreciate your time. And if I get far enough at the bottom, I can put this on screen. And just a second. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. Okay, so let's begin. And let's go to the beginning. So we looked at down the carousel now, featured item, Logitech Brio camera. You're actually watching it now. This is a Logitech Brio camera. It's capable of 4K. You can broadcast in 4K to YouTube using OBS or vMix or Expert Broadcaster, and you can see the difference in quality to the 720. We looked at the Logitech Brio is 30% off today, which is a good price. So we've got discounts going today. I'm going to tell you what they are. The next, we looked at two OBS Spot cameras. The OBS Spot Tiny, which is the first OBS Spot camera I bought, and I love my OBS Spot cameras, is today $169 as opposed to $199. It's down in the carousel now. It is a very flexible camera. If I go here, I can show you. That's what it looks like. That's an OBS Spot Tiny camera. You've got the camera, you've got the body there, you've got the lens there. It's a USB, and it does 1080p and 720p. And also, as you can see, this one is actually on a tripod, which means that this camera is at eye level. And I'll switch to that in a moment. Okay, the next thing we looked at was the OBS Spot 4K, which looks like that, except it's got a 4K lens and 4x zoom. So there's an alternative to the Brio. It's 4K. We've seen, though, that the brilliance of the OBS Spot cameras is they have 3 presets. They are on a gimbal. So I can go from me to the desktop, okay, and out into the garden. I can zoom out, so you can see that it's actually looking through a window. Just a minute, I'll get it in a second. Okay, so I can zoom out. There's the window, and I can 4x zoom on the camera that's in the carousel. I can zoom right in, so that you're looking out into my garden at the moment, or neighbours' gardens, and I can adjust using software. I can adjust where it's looking at. I can make a total mess of things if I want. Okay, and I can go back out. And if I make a mistake, I can go back to the garden or to the desktop. Okay, or to me. So that's the 3 presets that are available with. Right, okay, and question from Corinda. I've got the software, but how do I do auto tracking? Just a minute. Let's answer the question. Let's just take that off for a second. Thank you for the question, Corinda. I'm going to bring the software in so you can actually see it. What I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to cancel that. Just a minute. I'm going to switch cameras. I've got a message in my studio, but I don't care about that. I'm going to switch cameras. And in a second, yeah, you can see that camera. Okay. And I've got the software, I think. No, I'll try that again. I'm going to share the software. Okay, so here's the software. Share. I mean, every piece of software that we actually get comes with a manual, and you can read the manual, or you can ask somebody on Amazon Live. So let's go here, and I'm going to bring the software in. So this is the software that Corinda has downloaded. Okay, this is it. And I'm going to go and bring this camera in. So I'm going to hide that camera and bring this camera in. and take that off full screen. I'm going to hide that. We looked at that a moment ago. So what you have here is the software. Yeah. And this software controls the camera. So just to show you, if I can go to the BenQ monitor, and the bottom right is switching to the monitor. I can go to outside, and the camera is switching to outside. Or I can come back to me. Okay, so back to me. Camera is coming back to me. Past my walking medals. Back to me. And this camera is mounted on a tripod, so I can actually look into the camera. But the question from Corinda, let's just remind ourselves. Question from Corinda was, I got the software, but how do I do auto tracking? Well, it's very simple, Corinda. Basically, you've got the software, you just go to the tap lock there, and you press it. Yeah, that's the one you want on your camera. Tap lock. Okay, it switches to tap unlock, and then if this works, it will be good. But once you've tapped that, then the camera actually follows you. So it's just simply tapping the tap lock, and then the camera will follow you as you move about. It will frame you as you move about. It will follow you as you dance. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's all you need to do to get this camera to actually follow you, is to tap that lock button. And if I sit down again, the camera will follow me and lose me, but I can get back to me by going here. Okay, so I am here, I'm looking at the camera, and if I go side by side again, okay, to lock the camera in place, you use reverse, so tap lock, to let it go free, and it will move. Tap unlock. Yeah. So that's the button, Corinda. That's the button you need to press. Other controls here, you can actually zoom out. Okay, you can zoom back in again. If you make a mistake, you can just press the button, and you can go to the 3 presets outside. It's going slowly, and then back to me. Over here in a second. Okay, but essentially that button is the one you want, and you can also, he said, if you click that cog, the one that's actually gone white there, if you click that, let me point to it, if you click that cog, you get more settings. You can update the software, you can update the firmware, you can set it to auto sleep and the time, you can turn gesture control on and off. Yeah. You can set the tracking mode, headroom mode, which is what I use, standard mode, which means it just tracks you without doesn't do anything, and then motion mode, if you're doing fast movement, then it will track you. If you have somebody running the 100 yards, for example, it will actually track them from beginning to end. You can configure the video, set it anything you want. We had this earlier, you can set anti-flicker on 50 Hz, and this is face auto exposure, which I'm switching on now, and that basically makes me look a little bit better. Okay, so hopefully that has answered your question, Corinda, about how you actually get. Okay, let's go back just a minute. Okay, so having answered one question, I get more questions. Just a minute. Let me come back. Okay, so back to Corinda's questions, and these are on Facebook. I've got software. How do I do auto tracking? Hopefully, I've just answered that. And Corinda said, "I see, good." And then Corinda says, "Is that a custom name?" Yeah, you right click. Let's just go with this. You right click, just give me a second. Yeah, and this would go wrong. You right click there. Just let me take that out of the way, totally out of the way. You right click on the name, and then you can update, delete, or rename. It's just rename that gives you the custom name, which is why it's got what it's got. Okay, and then final questions that come back to me. Outside. Yeah. The outside one is just looking through the window. Yeah, I mean that view is a genuine. I need to write. Oh, I've got the wrong piece of software. Just a minute. Just to talk amongst yourselves. If I go outside, I've just got the camera is mounted on my monitor, and it can actually look outside. Yes. Okay. So that is definitely outside, and that's how dark it is at the moment. Okay, back to me. Okay, you can have so much fun with old spots. I'm now back on the Brio. So, thank you for the questions, Grinda. Hopefully my answers were helpful. And I'm just going back and... Oh, wait a minute. I've got a question, comment from Chris, which I missed earlier. So, Chris, Ugreen wall charger works in the US and in Europe, I suppose. Basically, because I'm on broadcasting on Amazon Live, Chris, I had to get the American version, because if I show them one of our plugs, then it doesn't make sense. So I got my own, which is the English plug, and you get the Belgian plug. But they are available. If you go Ugreen and you go to USB wall charger, you'll find the English or Belgian equivalent. Okay, so we've definitely looked, because I'm doing the 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. Okay, and we're partway through. So we looked at the Samsung Galaxy, which is down the carousel now. It's the best phone I've ever had. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22. Comment coming in from Chris. Let's just take this off for a second. Okay, thank you, says Chris. You're most welcome. So if you comment on Amazon, you will see it here. Right. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S22. I showed you a video and some photos. This weekend, if I get time, I'm going to put a page together with the video and the photos on. That's probably a good idea. It just occurred to me. One of the first things we do when we get a new mobile phone is to get a case for it. This case down in the carousel, the Nilkin cam shield, is made specifically for the S22. It has, just a moment before I get myself leg locked, it has on the back, okay, the lenses, remind ourselves of the lenses. The Samsung Galaxy Ultra has 108 megapixels rear camera, 40 megapixels front camera, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, nightography lens, and you can cover them all up with the slide, and the slide locks into place. As far as the case is concerned, it's got 4 reinforced corners. Okay, specifically made for the Samsung Galaxy S22. But if you click link in the carousel, you'll be taken off, and you can then look at all the other Nilkin cases. I've no doubt there are Nilkin cases for the iPad 12 and the iPad 13. Okay, the next thing we looked at is the case. One of the things about the phone is it's 6.8 inches deep. And if you put it in your pocket, in your jeans pocket, then you'll soon know about it. So the case that's down in the carousel at the moment is the one that I got. It is, I ordered it on Amazon, got it the next day. Amazon is wonderful. Basically, a magnetic flap. Okay, the camera goes directly, or the mobile phone goes directly in. Okay, and it's easy to do. It's in. Okay, in seconds. Magnetic closure. It's got machine stitched all the way around. This is made of one piece of leather. It's got the charger. You still accessible from the bottom. You actually put this onto your belt loop. So you put the belt through there. It's then more secure than if it's in your pocket. This obviously works with the iPhone 12, iPhone 13, Samsung Galaxy S22, any larger phone. It's not a man bag, but it is a fashion accessory, I would say. my view only. And it is a great way to actually carry your phone around. Your phone is still readily accessible. One flick, one lift, and you've got your phone. And it's better than putting the phone in your pocket. It keeps it. You've got extra protection for the phone. You've got extra protection for you losing the phone. You can attach a carabiner to there. There's one that's supplied with it, but you can get something stronger for a couple of dollars. But this case carries a larger phone. And it's a lot. I've been wearing this now for 6 or 7 days. It's a lot easier to carry this around than it is to actually just hold the phone in your hand or put it in your pocket. Because as soon as you sit down, you know that the phone is there. Okay, then we looked at, I'm just going to go to the second camera here. We looked at, I need to change cameras again. Let's come back. Okay, I'm going to change to my other OBS Spot. Just give me a second and we'll be over to the OBS Spot 4K. Okay, and bring it on screen. Okay, and if I go here and I go to the demonstration area, okay. In terms of taking care of any phone, down in the carousel at the moment is the Logitech phone stand, which is here. Yeah, and the Logitech phone stand. Come back to me. Press the button. Okay. This is the Logitech phone stand that's down in the carousel. Thank you, Logitech, for sending it to me. I bought their products in the past, but this one was sent. It is, if I go back a bit, you'll be able to see it. You can bend it back like that. You can bend it forwards like that. You can lower it like that. You can push it back up like that. And it does hold your phone. And the thing is that if you can find your phone, okay, I put my phone down here. Let me just go over here and take the phone out and go to my second camera, okay, which is over here. And I need to do something. Okay, apologies for that. I should be back to normal now. There is this phone in the stand. It takes larger phones. Okay, my apologies for the sound a moment ago. Hopefully it's been restored correctly now. I pressed the wrong button, as you do. Okay, so we're going for 10 items. We've looked at the Logitech C920X, and Chris is saying new comments come through. Yes, we can hear you better now. Good. Okay. And that, yes, we can hear you better. I think it says better. Yeah. Very good. Okay. We've looked at the U green for charging your, let's come back to me. We've looked at the U green charger, and as just said to Chris a moment ago, look for the one in Belgium. I've got the one in the UK. And I suppose a good note to actually finish on today. When I started this broadcast, which is a while ago, I've actually recently celebrated. I just want to just give me a second. I want to set this up. Okay, I need to do this. I also need to close that. I need to go here. It'll take a second, but it'll be worth it till we get to the last item, which is down the carousel at the moment. I can't spell. Okay, I'm just waiting for that to come up. So that's going to be here in a second, and I can tell you about it. But it is down in the carousel, and this is, okay, the Fitbit Inspire 2, which is where the lights, camera, action comes in, because this is the action side of things. This is the Fitbit. The Fitbit is down the carousel there at $66.49, which is down on the normal price. So there's a discount there. So $66.49 for something that could change your life or a friend's life or a member of the family's life. I'm just waiting to go over here, and I'm just going to log in and go to my dashboard. Right, what I'm talking about is down in the carousel now, and it's this. I have one of these, Angelica has one of these. This is the Fitbit HR Inspire 2, which does so many things that you wouldn't believe, and I'm going to tell you. But this is not a subscription model. If you buy the Fitbit that's down in the carousel, everything I'm about to show you is free. You should know that Fitbit is owned by Google, and they acquired them. And this is my fourth Fitbit. I get a new Fitbit every 2 years because the technology improves. This is what I use to keep me fit. This is what earned me the marathon walking medals. Yeah, I can walk a marathon. I'm so chuffed that I can, but it's because I stay fit on a regular basis. Now, this unit measures your steps. 2,000 steps equals 1 mile. I try and do 8,000 steps a day, which is 4 miles. That's my target. That's my personal target. We all set our own. But the key is that once you've got this and you go to Fitbit.com and you register the warranty, you can then join the Fitbit community, which is like no other community you've ever met. Shall we go and have a look? Okay, so I'm going to share screen and I'm going over here. And thank you for joining me to listen about the Fitbit. Everything that I'm about to show you now, just give me a second to set this up. I'm just waiting for it to come through. Do I need to refresh? I'm back. We've got some technical difficulties. The Fitbit site, that's it, that's better. The Fitbit site is having what we call in the UK a wobbler. So I'm going to bring, this is Fitbit.com. So I'm going to go picture in picture, and I'm going to tell you all about what you can do once you've bought a Fitbit. And everything, we don't need that. We answered Corinda's question, so I can hide that. And I don't want that camera. I want this camera. Okay, we're all set. We're talking about the Fitbit. Down the carousel. Now, this is not subscription. Everything that I'm about to show you is totally free. Now, provided to all Fitbit users. Fitbit.com is a site, the top left image there is of people. And Fitbit.com is where like-minded people can get together and basically support each other. I take part in 2 challenges each week, a weekday challenge and a weekend challenge, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. These are challenges run by members for members. They're free to join. And basically what happens is over a period of time, you make friends from around the globe by joining in on the challenges. Yeah? And the thing about a challenge is, it's about who can do the most steps at the weekend, who can do the most steps during the week. But I don't want to be the bottom of the ladder. I don't want to be the top of the ladder. I want to be somewhere in the middle. And the thing is that if I'm in a challenge and I go out to a 3-mile walk and I come back, I've given permission for my friends in the ladder to know, and they will cheer me. And the biggest thing about doing exercise is keeping on doing it, really, isn't it? I mean, that's the problem, that we start off with the best intentions in the world, and our partner and families sort of support us. But if you've got behind you a group of people you've got to know, all of whom own Fitbits, cheering you on every single day of the year for free, I've got to tell you, that is first-class motivation, right? The next thing, how well did you sleep? And I'm just going to put that full screen for a moment. If you, not that, hang on, that. If you wear your Fitbit at night time in bed and you wear it for 4 consecutive nights, then it will measure your sleep pattern, and it will recommend how you can improve your sleep pattern. Okay, and it is sound advice. So that's how did you sleep. The next thing is how many steps, what's the maximum number of steps you've done in a day? Now, my maximum number is 60,000. And a quick bit of maths will tell you that that's 30 miles, for which I got this medal. I don't get to wear it often, so I'm going to wear it now. And this is a medal for walking from Avebury to Stonehenge, 26 miles, 385 yards, which is 52,000 steps. And then on top of that, you've got the steps beginning of the day and the end of the day. So that's where my 60,000 steps comes from. And I can only do marathon walks because I stay fit with the Fitbit. Okay. Now, you can download an app, and with the app, you can actually track your weight, and you can also keep a food diary. This is all free. And my most important thing on here is down here, and I've been very remiss this week. Okay, as I'll show you now, it tracks the number of steps you've done in a month, day, week, or year. And my personal aim is to do 1,000 miles in a year. Now I'm working towards that, and with the aid of the Fitbit and wearing the Fitbit consistently, I am planning to do that. Okay, so great motivation from the people you meet on Fitbit.com, and there is no extra fee. All you pay is the price that's down in the carousel. Okay, right, there we have it. Fitbit Inspire, 33% off today. I'm going to take the medal off. Okay, and I'm going to put it down over here, and I've got a comment coming in. I'm just going to go down. Okay, and Chris is saying thank you. And you're most welcome, Chris. To everybody who's watched me live today. And no, I don't want that. I want this. For watching me live today, I want to say a big thank you. This has been Stephen from Wiltshire in England, home place of Stonehenge. And I'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Thank you for spending your time with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Have a brilliant weekend. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Bye.